Thank you all for coming today. My name is Mike Olson. I'm an accounting student here at the University of North Florida. Now, we have all heard of Bill and Melinda Gates and how much they donate to charities, but not many of us know about immigrant turned titan of industry, Andrew Carnegie, who in many ways was the Bill Gates of the 1800s. As a business student, Carnegie is a role model that many in the field, I believe, should admire. The reason that Andrew Carnegie is somebody that I wish to emulate is because of his success through hard work and when he gave back to society. To me, Andrew Carnegie is the epitome of the American dream of success through hard work. His philanthropic actions, or as he described, the gospel of wealth, was one of his major contributions to American society. To begin with, as I said earlier, I believe Andrew Carnegie is the epitome of the American dream. According to his autobiography, he stated he started from humble beginnings, the son of a poor weaver born in a one-room cottage in Dunfermline, Scotland, on November 25, 1835. Like many of our ancestors and fellow students, he and his family immigrated to the United States in search of a better life, specifically to Allegheny, Pennsylvania, in the late 1840s. His first major occupation was a telegraph runner for a railroad company. He worked his way up through the company, becoming the superintendent of the Pittsburgh division. He eventually began investing and working for many different companies, creating a network and acquiring principal for future investments. In the 1860s and 70s, Carnegie saw the need for cheaper and more reliable steel, as steel was becoming a commodity as America became more industrialized. We can compare him to computer entrepreneurs such as Steve Jobs, who saw an opportunity as America became more technical in the 1970s. Carnegie started using the principle that he saved up during his early years to start buying and building steel mills. According to the book, Andrew Carnegie, Captain of Industry, Carnegie heard of a new process developed in Europe called the Bessemer process, which he implemented into his mills, making his steel cheaper and easier to make. He also developed the idea of vertical integration, which is where a company owns two or more of the steps of production, cutting costs, increasing company controls of outputs. Carnegie was ahead of his time, as many companies do this today, such as Hyundai, who own their own steel mill in Osan, Korea, and Tyson, who own their own trucks that they use for shipping. Carnegie eventually added all these steel mills together to create the Carnegie Steel Company in 1892. In 1901, Carnegie Steel merged with two major steel companies to form U.S. Steel. The merger was facilitated by J.P. Morgan. U.S. Steel was the largest merger of all time with a capitalization of $1.4 billion. Carnegie was 66 at the time and decided it was time to retire. His success is a testament to human resolve through hard work, innovation, and taking risks. After his retirement in 1901 until his death in 1919, Carnegie was an avid philanthropist. He was further cemented in his place in the American psyche through his philanthropic efforts. Even before his retirement, he was an advocate of this work. He wrote an article titled The Gospel of Wealth, where he stated, "In bestowing charity, the main consideration should be to help those who will help themselves, to provide parts of the means by which those who desire to improve may do so, to give those who desire to use the aids by which they may rise, to assist but rarely or never to do at all." This statement clearly clarifies his belief that charity can further advance those by which who lack the means to success. Carnegie's philanthropic programs were varied. According to the book, Andrew Carnegie, Industrial Philanthropist, Carnegie was very attracted to what he called scientific philanthropy. His donations led to the founding of 2,811 libraries at a cost of nearly $50 million. That's a lot of money back then. Carnegie created a trust for the college students in Scotland that is still in operation till this day. He also paid for the Carnegie Mellon University, which bears his name. He also created a hero fund, which established pensions for heroes and their families who were killed and injured trying to save others. Carnegie was a great advocate for peace, and doing so created the Carnegie Endowment for Peace, with the intent to advance the cause of peace through analysis and development of fresh policy ideas and direct engagement and collaboration with decision makers in government, business, and civil society. Carnegie's philanthropic efforts are impressive and shows the character of a great man. And to conclude with, Andrew Carnegie was an admirable man. His business innovation and hard work, as well as his philanthropic activities, are a role model for many business professionals and students. The last thing I'd like to say is Andrew Carnegie's dictum, which I believe is very important. He says to spend the first third of one's life getting all the education he can, to spend the next third making all the money one can, and to spend the last third giving it all away for worthwhile causes. I hope to abide by this day, and I hope others as well. Thank you for listening. I hope all of you got to learn some about Andrew Carnegie today. Have a great day.